So yeah, so if this is your first time doing this, that's exactly what I'll do. I'll be mute everybody, but you'll still hear me. If you guys don't mind keeping your video on, that would be great, just so I don't feel like I'm by myself. But if you prefer to not be seen, I totally get that too. But yeah, so just give me a second to do that, and then go ahead and find a comfortable place on your mat. If you like to use a block and you have one, grab one. If you don't have one, you could use a water bottle or even like a sturdy book or something like that. That works. Otherwise, you don't have to have one. So go ahead and just sit on your mat, and I will mute us. Okay, so will you just give me a thumbs up if you can hear me right now? Okay, perfect, good. All right, and I cannot hear you guys. All right, so I'm just gonna step back to my mat. So we'll start in a seated position today. One thing. Okay. So start seated however you're most comfortable. So if you want to be up on a block, you can. Otherwise, just sit any way that you're comfortable. And take your hands to your knees or your thighs and close your eyes. And just try to relax as much as you can. There's definitely going to be noises around you. So don't feel like you have to tune everything out. Okay, so just allow those noises that you hear to maybe even integrate into your practice today, so that you're just okay with whatever comes up. And if you get distracted or disturbed, it's all right. It is all right. If you find yourself getting distracted through your thoughts, just return to the sound of your breath. If there's a certain mudra that you like to take, go ahead and take that. I like to take my thumb to my first finger, to the index finger, the fingernail, and just let those two kind of touch. That is called Wisdom Mudra. And just let all your other fingers be outstretched but relaxed. So I know you have a lot going on in your mind, probably, in your thoughts. If you're able to distance yourself a bit from the planning or the remembering, try to start that process now, that process of distancing and finding a pause between your thoughts and your observation of those thoughts. So there is this little space here that's paused between the two. And with that in mind, we're going to start breathing and adding a pause between the inhale and the exhale. So first we'll inhale for a count of 4. We call this box breath. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Now hold your breath for 2, 1, and exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 2, 1. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 2, 1. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 2, 1. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 2, 1. Exhale 4, Continue to breathe for 4. And then hold for 2. Exhaling for 4. And holding for 2. I'll give you a few moments to just practice that. Good. Now gently tuck your chin. Start to flutter your eyes open. You'll probably be looking down at the floor in front of you, maybe it's forward a little bit. And take your left hand to your right knee. Take a little twist. And then look over your right shoulder. Take a breath in. And exhale as you twist a little bit more. Nothing too strenuous. And then inhale, come back to the center. Take another breath in. And twist to the left. Right hand to left knee. Take your twist, look over your left shoulder. Breathe in. Twist a little more. Inhale back to center. Exhale, stay. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, twist right. Stay, breathe in. Twist more, breathe out. Inhale, come back to center. Twist right away to the left as you exhale. Stay, breathe in. Twist a little more, breathe out. Come back to the center. Take your right hand down by your side. Take your left arm overhead. Stretch to the side. And switch sides. The left hand down, right arm overhead. Side body stretch. And back to the center. Bring your hands together, clasp your fingers together, press your palms away, straight out in front of you. Then round your back and tuck your chin. Breathe in through your nose. Exhale it out. As you inhale, straighten out your spine, but leave your fingers clasped together and send your palms up towards the ceiling. Drop your shoulder blades down on your back, but lengthen through your arms. Take your gaze straight in front of you. Unclasp your fingers, cactus your arms, open up your upper body. Good. Bring your hands back to your thighs and then just straighten your legs out. We're going to take a seated forward fold. We don't normally do this in the beginning, but let's give it a shot here. Reach your arms up, breathe in. Exhale, hinge forward, but just take it to the point where you're feeling a good stretch without overdoing. It could feel really nice here to round your back, bringing your hands to the bottoms of your feet and using your feet as kind of a way to help you get deeper and rounder. Good. Rise back up and make your way up into tabletop. All fours. Draw your navel into your spine. Reach your right leg back behind you. You can actually leave your toes down so they're pressing into the floor and just press into the ball mounds of those right toes so you're stretching through the back of your right leg. And then keeping your right leg straight, bring your right foot over towards the left side of your mat. And you can kind of push back towards, sending your hips back towards your heels. Just kind of work your way through this, however it feels good, so that you get like a nice stretch on your right IT band or maybe even in your right glute. It'll feel a little different for each of us. And then come back to tabletop and switch sides. So just straighten the left knee out. Stretch through the back of your left leg, keeping it straight behind you for right now. And then go ahead and bring that left foot over towards the right corner of your mat and press back. If you want to walk your hands out further, you can do that. Just get in nice and deep. Come back to all fours. And again, straighten out that right leg behind you. And this time, though, you're going to press into your right foot so that you lift your left knee and your entire left foot up off the mat. Come back into a three-legged dog this time. So lift that left leg up, bend your knee, open up your hip. Circle your left ankle around. And close off your hip, but keep that left leg extended high. Press into your palms. Come back down to all fours. Extend your left leg back behind you. Keep the palm out of the toes pressed down. Engage your core, lift your right knee up off the mat. Just hover it here for a moment. Press the floor away. Three-legged dog, right leg goes up. Bend your knee, open up your hip. Circle if you want to circle. Downward dog, just bring that right foot back down. Walk your hands back to your feet for ragdoll. Any version that you guys like. I know we each have kind of our favorite, so take what feels good here. Bent knees or sway. And release your hands to the floor. Come to a halfway lift. Press your hands into your shins. And forward fold. Back to halfway lift. Breathe in really long. Exhale, forward fold. One more time with our box breath. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rise up, mountain pose. Breathe in as you come up. Exhale, forward fold as you come down. Walk on out to a high plank. Breathe in. Right into a side plank. Take your right arm up. Either stack your legs or bring that left knee down. And switch sides. Right hand goes down, left arm goes up. Side plank. Downward facing dog. Pedal your knees out a little bit. You could take your feet really wide for your one of our first times here. First time here holding the pose. Breathing in and out. And notice what you need here. Do you need to pedal? Do you need to take your feet wider? Does it feel best to just be still? Take a slight bend in your knees and come up high to your toes. Then press back into your heels. Slight bend into your knees, come up high on your toes. Press back into your heels. Slight bend, come up high. Now really bend into your knees and hop to your hands. Halfway lift, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out. Inhale, rise up. Big breath in. Hands to heart center, big breath out. Inhale your arms up. Now exhale, take a twist to the right. Bring your right arm back behind you and your left arm forward. Try and keep your hips towards the front of your mat. Inhale your right arm back to the center, reach both arms up. Let's take it to the left. Left arm back. Back to mountain pose. Breathe in. Now drop your right arm down, take your left arm overhead for side stretch. Back to mountain, breathe in. Exhale, side stretch to the left. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, upright twist to the right. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, mountain. Right arm down. Exhale, side bend to the right. Back to mountain. Side bend to the left. Mountain pose, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out. Halfway lift in. High plank, hold it right here. Push the floor away from you. Navel to spine. Take a breath in. Lower to chaturanga. Hug your rib cage with your elbows. Come back up to high plank. Chaturanga. Hug the rib cage. Upward dog. Breathe in. Downward facing. Breathe out. Take a breath. Let it go. Come up to your toes. Bend into your knees. Hop to your hands. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Rise up, inhale. Take your upright twist to the right. Exhale. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, side bend to the left. Mountain pose. Forward fold. Halfway lift, high plank. Breathe in, chaturanga. Back up, high plank. Chaturanga. Upward dog. Downward facing. Really nice. Let's do that same sequence. So it's kind of like a variation on the sun A. We'll do that one more time. So breathe in, come up high to your toes. Breathe out, bend your knees, empty all the way. Jump. Halfway. Forward fold. Rise up, inhale. Upright twist to the right, exhale. Mountain pose. Exhale to the left. Mountain. Side bend to the right. Mountain. Side bend way to the left. Mountain pose, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out. Halfway lift. High plank, hold it here. Lower to chaturanga. Back up to high plank. Lower to chaturanga. Upward dog. Downward facing. Lift your right leg up high. Bend your knee, open your hip. Step forward, warrior one. Inhale, come all the way up. Chaturanga, come all the way back down. Upward dog. Downward facing. Left side. Step forward, warrior one. Breathe in, up. Chaturanga, bring it down. Upward dog. Downward facing. Right leg forward, warrior one. Breathe in. Chaturanga, breathe out. Upward. Downward facing. Left side, warrior one. Come up. Chaturanga, take it down. Upward dog. Downward facing. One more time through. Right side, warrior one. Breathe in to come up. Chaturanga. Exhale, nice and slow to come down. Upward facing. Downward dog. Left foot, warrior one. Chaturanga. Upward facing. Downward facing dog. Really, really good. Stay here in your down dog. Shake your head out. Let go of some tension in your shoulders or your neck. Draw your navel into your spine. Come up high to your toes. Bend your knees. Hop or step to the top. Halfway. And fold. Chair pose. Sit low. Breathe in. Now as we exhale, let's take that upright twist, but stay with our chair legs. Back to chair. Twist to the left. Keep the upright twist though, so open arms. Come back to chair. Big inhale. Forward fold, big exhale. Lift your left leg up high. Step back to low lunge. Easy twist. Right arm up. Option to take this into a horizon if you want to come to the outer edges of your feet. Or take your right arm back behind you. And then that right arm overhead stretch. Come back to low lunge with your easy twist. Bring your right hand down to the floor. Warrior two. Come up and around. Place that front heel so that it's in line with your back heel. Heel to heel alignment, we refer to that as. And then get nice and deep into your right thigh. Flip your top palm. Reverse your warrior. Take a big breath in. Chaturanga. If you want to keep your right leg up for this chaturanga, you could. Upward dog, fill it up. Downward dog, empty out. Same foot forward. Warrior one, right foot. Warrior two, open up. Reverse your warrior, breathe in. Standing split, breathe out. So if you want to use your block or your water bottle or anything else you have handy, go for it. Extend through that left leg. Drop your head. You don't need to use your neck here or even your shoulders, so find a little release in those areas. Chair pose. Bring that left foot down. Sit nice and low. Take your open arm twist to the right. Back to chair. Open arm twist to the left. Back to chair. Stay here. Breathe in. We're going to stay here a breath longer. Forward fold. Nicely done. Lift your right leg up high. Step back. Low lunge. Easy twist. Left arm goes up. And any variation you want here. Anything that feels good. Or you can just simply stay where you are and really get deep. Find a place too for your eyes to settle on. You won't be here much longer, but just allow yourself a moment of stillness. Take your left arm back up. Bring it to the floor. Rise up to warrior two. Inhale and exhale. Find that heel to arch alignment. Flip your front palm. Reverse your warrior. Chaturanga. Take it down. Left leg could stay up. Upward dog. Downward facing. Left foot again. Warrior one. Rise. Warrior two. Open. Reverse. Breathe in. Standing split. This time the right leg is extended really long. A little bit of a bend maybe in that left knee. Drop your head though. Relax your shoulders. Try not to rely too much on your fingertips. Land in chair. Bring the right foot down. Breathe in and breathe out. This time, bring your hands to heart center. Take a breath in. Now twist to the right with your exhale. So this twist is a little deeper than our open arm twist. You can bring your, or keep your palms together and your fingertips together, kind of noticing the heat that's building between your hands. Or you could also open up your arms. Look up at your top hand if you're opening up. Now bring your palms back together. Stay in your twist to the right. Just step your left foot back behind you. So you're in a twisted lunge. Come on up for crescent lunge. Breathe in. Warrior two. Breathe out. Reverse your warrior. Inhale. Half moon. So use either your block or whatever tool you're using today. If you're not using anything, perfectly fine. Start to bend a little bit into your right knee. Step back to warrior two. And set up for star pose. Big inhale. Prasarita. Exhale. Bring your head towards the floor. Grab your ankles or take your peace fingers around your big toes. You can press your palms into the floor. Let's turn this into a ninja lunge or skandasana. We're going to bend into the right knee and the left toes lift up towards the ceiling. So you're pressing into your left heel, bending deep into that right knee. Now, lots of options for your arms. You can bring your hands together at heart center. You can keep your hands in front of you. And you could even take like a reverse namaste or some sort of bind behind you. Wherever you are, try and find one spot to focus on. Very nice. Come into a low lunge, right foot is forward. Step back to a high plank. Take your right arm up for side plank. Lift your hips. And switch sides. Left arm goes up. Back to high plank. Hold it here, breathe in. Shift forward, breathe out. Fill up. Chaturanga, empty out. Upward dog. Downward facing. Take 2 rounds of breath here on your own. The third round we'll do together. So together, breathe in. Breathe out all the way. Bend your knees, look forward. Clap your hands. Halfway. And forward fold. Chair pose. Bring your hands to your heart center. Take a big breath in. Take your twist to the left as you breathe out. So lower your hips as much as you can as you lift your heart. So heart is above your hips. Choosing to stay here or open up. Take a look up at your hands. That might even feel really nice on your neck. Bring your palms back together. Stay in your twist. Step your right foot back behind you so you're in this twisted lunge. Feel maybe a greater sense of stability here now with that right leg back behind you. If you're feeling really wobbly, you can always take that right leg out towards the right side of the mat. Take a breath in. Come up and around to warrior two. Exhale. Come into star pose. And actually we're gonna come into goddess this time. We're gonna do something a little bit different in goddess pose with our upper body. So with the upper body, we're just gonna kind of add some fluidity to it. Sometimes we get really stuck and we get a little rigid in our upper body. So with the lower half working, we're just gonna swing our arms from side to side as if we're just kind of shaking some stuff off, as we are. We are. Good. Come back to goddess pose, this time with bent elbows. Sink just a little bit lower. Close your eyes and just focus on your third eye center, that space right between your eyebrows. Breathe into that space, knowing that you could be here a lot longer, but you're not going to have to be. But you could, because you've got your breath and your focus and your strong muscles. Star pose, breathe in. Prasarita, breathe out. So you'll just have to rotate your toes slightly so that they're inward this time. And we're going to move right into that Skandasana. So bend into your left knee, right toes come up this time. I'm going to take that same reverse namaste. Feel free to do whatever works for you. Release your hands to the floor. Come back into a low lunge with your left foot forward. Step back into a high plank. This time we're going to take tree legs in our plank. So take your right foot to the inside of your left leg. Then come into a side plank with your left arm up. That right knee will be pointing down. Right into rock star. Open up the upper body as you straighten the right leg out. Three-legged dog, right leg up high. Step forward, crescent lunge. Rise up. Warrior two, open up. Reverse your warrior, breathe in. Extended side angle, right hand down. Either to the floor or your block, or use your right elbow to press your right knee away and squeeze the inner right thigh. Press into your left heel, that's your back heel, so both feet are really fully engaged. If you want a little more abdominal work here, then bring your palms together at your heart center, but keep lifting your chest up. So you're still open in the front body. Go ahead and open your arms back up. Straighten out your front knee right into triangle pose. So you might need to adjust slightly with the right hand. You could keep it where it was, but you could also bring it behind you, behind that right leg. And then take the left arm back a little bit, almost like you're leaning back. The more you do that, the more you'll feel that in your left hip. Low lunge, right foot forward. Slide it back to a high plank. Hold it here and find your tree leg. This time the left foot comes up. Just hold it here for a moment. Moving into side plank with tree legs. That left knee points down. Right arm up. Rock star, kick your left leg through. Left leg could be lifted off the floor or just press the outside of your left pinky toe down into the floor. Three-legged dog, left leg up high. Step forward, crescent lunge. Open up to warrior two. Reverse your warrior, big inhale. Extended side angle, big exhale. We'll spend about 5 breaths here. So that'll give you some time to play a bit, either with your arms, to use your legs a bit more. Maybe you want to play with your drishti a bit. And then straighten out your front knee right on into triangle pose. Sometimes that's an easy transition and sometimes not, so be okay with whatever it is. That's kind of how these days are anyway, right? And some days are easier than others. For me, it fluctuates throughout the day. Some points I think, oh yeah, I got this. And other points I think, oh my goodness, how much longer? Start to bend slightly into your front knee. We're going to come into half moon because we missed this side before. So just lift your right leg up. I like that transition anyway, so that was fun. Good. Forward fold at the top of your mat. Just drop your head. Shake things out. Maybe you want to go into gorilla, or maybe it just feels better to just kind of let your arms dangle and sway from side to side. Again, finding that fluidity in the upper body. Nice and easy. Rise all the way up to mountain pose. Inhale as we come up. Exhale, close your eyes, bring your hands to heart center. Let's take eagle. Right arm under, right leg wraps around. Squeezing everything in towards the midline. So bring it in all nice and tight. Take your elbows up just a little bit higher. Feel that effect in your shoulders. Airplane pose. Unwind. Send the right leg back nice and slow. Upper body lifts. Send your arms back behind you. One-legged Tadasana. Draw your right knee up and into your chest. We're going to add a twist here. So bring your left hand to the outside of that right knee. Take your right arm back behind you. Maybe look back at that right hand. Come back up to the center. And bring your foot to the floor. Hands to heart center. Close your eyes. Eagle on the left side. I like to start with my left arm and then the leg, but if you like the other way, that's perfectly fine. Spread out all 10 of your toes. Spread apart your fingers, especially your right hand. Airplane. Heart and chest lift. Reach your fingers back. One-legged Tadasana. And take your twist. Left arm back, right hand to the outside of your knee. Try and keep your arm at your shoulder height. Back to the center, breathe in. Foot to the floor, hands to heart center, breathe out. Moving into figure four, we're going to take our right ankle to our left knee or thigh. First, just getting into figure four pretty deep. So feeling that outer hip stretch on the right side. And then we'll start to add a twist. So that looks like taking your right elbow and bringing it to the bottom of that right foot. And if that is not working for you, just go to wherever you can. Keep your eyes looking straight down though. Come back to figure four. Keep your figure four legs. And foot to the floor, rise all the way up. Reach up. Let's take a back bend. Bend your elbows. Open up. Good. Back to the center for mountain. And figure four on the left side. Left ankle, right knee or thigh. Again, giving yourself time to set up before we twist. Find your point where you're going to focus on. Keep your eyes settled on that spot. And then begin your twist. Keep your eyes there though. Coming out of just the twist, return back to your figure four, all the way up to mountain. Cactus out your arms, take your back bend. Inhale your arms back high. Exhale forward, fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. Chaturanga, breathe out. Upward dog, downward facing. Lift your right leg up high. Bend your knee, flip over. Reach your right arm straight up towards your ceiling. Now dip your hips, bring your hands between your knees, touch the floor. Inhale, lift up, press into your feet. Exhale, dip down. Inhale, push the floor away. Exhale, dip down. One more time, lift and dip. Come back up, stay up here. Three-legged dog, right leg up high. Take your right knee to your left elbow. Hold it there. Now take it to your right elbow. Back to your left. And your right. And your left. Keep going from side to side. Swinging it almost like a pendulum. So start to feel that swinging sensation in your right hip socket. Good. Stay here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Half pigeon. I had to make you guys earn that half pigeon run. All right, so set yourself up so that you have a straight back leg. Length in your spine, and then bring your forehead down. And it can be really easy to get distracted here in half pigeon with any thoughts or anything going on around you. So try and come back to your breath, or try and come back to your right outer hip and really focus on that place. So although this can feel restorative, this pose can, you're also still working. You're working your right outer hip, your IT band, your piriformis. So don't just kind of go on autopilot when you're here. Allow yourself to surrender, but also allow yourself to reap the benefits of the pose. Press your palms into the floor. And just keep, so this is swan pose. Just keep your hands on either side of that right knee for right now. And just breathe right here. Simple as that. Just breathing into this space. You might feel it in your low back of it. Bend your left knee, catch your foot with your left hand, and reach your right arm up for king pigeon. Release your left foot down, and then press into your right hip, have a seat all the way, and we're going to come into dragonfly. So our legs are out like a V. If you have a block, you might want to use one here. And you're going to keep your heels pressing into the floor so all 10 toes are facing up. Get nice and tall with your spine. And then begin to hinge forward. Do not worry about how far you go. For me, I like to take my hands to my arches or even just the big toes. Kind of press the feet and the toes out a bit. That helps with a nice inner thigh or groin stretch. Right, all the way back up. And make your way back to downward facing dog. However you want to get there. And if you want to pedal anything out, go for it. Ooh, you know what? I want to do one more thing on the right side too. I'm glad I thought of this just now. So lift your right leg back up one more time. We're going to do a split down dog. So that looks like taking your right hand to the out or behind your left wrist. Keep that right knee pretty straight. So it's kind of like a pyramid pose, kind of like a down dog, but it's intense. So breathe into it. Try to keep your left heel, that back heel, try and keep it towards the back of your mat. It doesn't have to press into the floor, but just keep it so that it's at like 6 o'clock rather than rotating it. Good. Now bend a little bit into your right knee, that front knee, just so you can step it back into downward dog. Good. All right, take your left leg up this time, bend your knee, and flip right over. Set up so that your ankles are right below your knees. You're nice and firm, knowing that we're going to be moving a bit here, so you're solid. Reach your arm up. Dip your hips down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, dip and tap the floor. Inhale up. Exhale down. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. Come all the way back up. 3-legged dog. Lift that left leg up. Take your left knee to your right elbow, to your left elbow, and your right and your left. And now start to do that pendulum swing. So it's almost like a half circle. You're feeling it in your left hip socket. Holding and swinging for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, half pigeon. Again, set yourself up. Press the top of your right foot down into the floor so that you can draw your right hip forward a little bit more. And then left hip draws back. Press your palms into the floor. Lift your upper body for swan pose. Feel the right hip flexor stretching here. Bend your right knee, catch your foot. Take it to king pigeon. Your left arm can be reaching up or forward. It can be down by your side. You can even catch your back foot with that hand. So lots of options. Just play around with it a little bit. Release your right foot down. Let's come into butterfly pose. I'll face you, but you can still face the front of your mat if you like. Take the bottoms of your feet together, hands to your arches or your big toes, and fold forward, round your back, hips open. If you want to move your neck from side to side, slowly make your way back up, coming back to downward facing dog with your left leg back up high. Taking it to that split down dog. So left foot behind the right wrist. Right heel is back, left. Actually, both knees are straight. If it's too intense though, feel free to bend what you need to. And you might find as you are here longer and longer, you might be able to straighten out that knee a little bit more. And observe the difference, this hip or this IT band versus the right side. Both sides are pretty darn tight for me. Bend into your front knee just a little bit. And step back into down dog, but then right into malasana. So another hip opener. If you prefer to take child's pose here instead, you can do that too. We'll use this as another means of opening our hips. If there is another place you'd like to go, if you are still in Malasana and want to go to crow or want to add a twist, you can do that. If you're in child's pose, your arms can come behind you or bound. But let's take about 4 more breaths here. Very nice. From wherever you are, I want you to come to your belly. Reach your arms back behind you as you're laying on your belly. Take your toes to touch. Take your inner thighs if you can to touch. Reach your fingertips back and just lift up whatever you can get up off the mat. If you prefer to clasp your fingers together, you can do that here, or you can leave them separate. Squeezing your triceps, just hold it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower all the way down and flip on over to your back, going right up into wheel or bridge pose. Lower your hips back down to the earth. Take a breath in and a breath out. Go back up for one more bridge or wheel. Very slowly, bring your hips back down to the mat. Take your feet even wider. Your knees are still bent. And you're just going to kind of windshield wiper your legs, dropping the knees in and out, releasing the low back. Pull your knees into your chest. Take your right thigh and wrap it around the left, almost like you would in eagle legs, but not quite that tight here. And drop your legs, your knees over to the left. Gaze to the right for the supine twist. And come back to the center. Unwind your bind and bind the other way. Left thigh over right. Take your supine twist. Come back through the center. Draw your knees in nice and tight. Our last pose is Shavasana, so you can just go there right now, or if you have a wall close by, even if you're not on camera or it's a little bit of ways, I might suggest that too. So if you want to bring your legs up the wall or up a door, in my case, you could do that. But spend some time wherever you're most comfortable here in Shavasana. Bring your attention to your breath, and we're gonna play with that same breath work that we did at the beginning of practice, slowing it down even more though. So inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it for 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 2, 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. And hold. And now just breathe as you normally would. Start to move your fingers and your toes. When you're ready, draw your knees into your chest and roll over to your right side. Take your time doing that. I want to share something real quick with you from Brene Brown, one of my favorite authors. Her thoughts on the state of the world right now that I thought you guys might enjoy as well. She says, this pandemic experience is a massive experiment in collective vulnerability. We can be our worst selves when we're afraid, or our very best, bravest selves. In the context of fear and vulnerability, there's often very little in between, because when we are uncertain and afraid, our default is self-protection. We don't have to be scary though when we're scared. Let's choose awkward, brave, and kind. And let's choose each other. So slowly make your way up to a seat. You're welcome to keep your eyes closed. You can either bring your hands to heart center or back to that wisdom mudra, thumb to the tip of your index finger. But just allow yourself to breathe into your heart space, that place where you feel vulnerable. We all do right now. And know that even though you're doing your yoga practice maybe solo in your house, but you're not alone. You're not alone in anything you're feeling or experiencing right now. Bring your hands to heart center and then draw your thumb knuckles all the way up to your third eye center. The divine light and power in me sees and honors the divine lights and power in each of you. So together, let's bow forward and bid each other namaste. All right, let me unmute you guys. Okay, you should all be up. You guys feeling okay? Alyssa, you're so perfect. Good. All right, guys. Well, thank you. Oh, good. I see Kathy.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome. See you guys on the next video. Okay. Have a great day.
Thank you so much.
You guys have feedback for me regarding like the quality or the sound, or anything, just let me know. I'm totally good, bad, or otherwise.
Good to see you. Thank you.
Have a great day.
Bye.